Hello everyone, welcome to Study Hall. Today we will going to discuss about the topic work and energy from class 9th and which is chapter number 11th of your NCERT science book. Let's get started. What is work? Work is our general language. We will define work as an activity involving mental and physical effort done in order to achieve a purpose. Let us suppose that you are preparing for examinations and you spend a lot of time in studies. So basically what you have to do is you are doing lot of efforts to attend the classes, collect the question papers and organize your thoughts, draw, drive. So in common parlance, you are working hard. But all this hard work may involve very little work when we compare it as a scientific definition of work. Let us take the second example in which you are working hard to push a huge rock. Let us say the rock does not move despite all the efforts given by you. You get completely exhausted. However, you have not done any work on the rock as there is no displacement of the rock. Take some more examples in which you are standing still for a few minutes with a heavy load on your head. You get tired, you have exhausted yourself and have spent quite a bit of your energy. You are doing work on the load. Climb up the steps of the staircase and reach the second floor of a building just to see the landscape from there. You may even climb up a tall tree. If you will apply the scientific definition of these activities involve a lot of work. So, students, from all these examples, you can understand the definition and you can differentiate between the work which is defined in a normal term and in a scientific way. You have to understand energy. So, energy is a strength which is required to do or to sustain any work. So, if you want to do any work, you have to have energy. Scientific definition of work. Work is said to be done when application of force causes displacement of an object. Let's take some examples which define the scientific definition of work. A girl pulls a trolley and a trolley moves through a distance. The girl has exerted a force on a trolley and it is displaced. Therefore, work is said to be done. Let us take some other example to understand this scientific definition of work properly. Lift a book through a height. To do this, you must apply a force. The book rises up. There is a force applied on the book and the book has moved. Hence, the work is said to be done. Now, let us take the example of hand and ball. Whenever you force, you will push the ball from your hand. Your hand is exerted some force on the ball and the ball gets moved. So, the ball attains some displacement. Therefore, the work is said to be done here also. Let us take some conditions in which the work is said to be done scientifically. Number one is whenever a force should be act on any object, the work is said to be done. The object must be displaced. Let us let us define work mathematically. So mathematically, work is said to be done whenever the force is applied on any object and the object get displaced. So you can write it as W is equal to capital F into S, where F is the force applied on that object and S define the displacement of that object. Now, we have to characterize the work as work is a scalar quantity. Why this is so? Because work has only magnitude, but the work does not have any direction. You do Now the SI unit of work is joule, which is also denoted as capital J. So 1 joule is defined as The amount of work done on any object when a force of 1 Newton displaces the object by 1 meter. You can define 1 joule of work as when the amount of 1 Newton force is applied to any object to displace that object as 1 meter, then we will set that the work is done as 1 joule. Use some bigger units to define work also, and that is 1 kilojoule, which is equal to 1000 joule. Now students, tell me the answer of this question, that what is the work done when the force of object is 0, and what should be the work done when the displacement of the object is 0. Your answer must be work done is equal to 0, right? Hope you people will understand that work will be 0 whenever the force applied on any object should be 0, or you can say that the displacement of the object is 0, then the work done is equals to 0. To define this thing, we will take an example of standing with the heavy books. So in this situation, what you have to do is you are still standing with a lot of heavy books on your head. You are doing no displacement. But here the force is applied upward. But you are not doing any displacement. So the work done is 0, because here the displacement is 0, so the work done must be 0. Now we will going to discuss about the positive and negative work. So basically, what is positive work, students? Positive work is the work in which the direction of displacement is same as the direction of the force applied. Consider one example of apple falling down the tree. In this case, the apple is falling down. That means here the force of gravity is applied on that particular apple. Now, the displacement of this apple is in this direction. So in this case, the direction of displacement and the direction of force is tends to be same. So you can say that here the positive work is done. You can take one more example of accelerating a vehicle. So in this case, let us suppose you are accelerating your car. So the direction of motion of a car is in this direction. So the displacement is also having in this direction. Now the force is also applied in this direction. Therefore, the direction of displacement and force is same. Then we can call it as a positive work done. Now let us discuss about the negative work done. In negative work done, the direction of displacement is just opposite to the direction of the force. We will going to understand this thing by taking some examples. That is, you can take the example of friction. While walking, your direction of motion is in this direction, but basically you are applying force to move in this direction. And what about the friction force? Friction force is just the opposite of the force. Therefore, the friction force applied in opposite direction of the force which your body has applied. I hope you understand this topic pretty well. Thanks for watching. We will going to do energy in our next video. Till then, stay tuned, stay connected. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching.